Picture waking up in a brand new world with zero gear, clowned, ignored, completely missing his most prized possession, and an OP beast already spawned to wipe him off the map. To those gods, the guy was just a pathetic mistake. They laughed at his misery with zero mercy. But no one saw that coming. The anomaly that was about to awaken, pure chaotic energy, ready to wipe the floor with everything in sight. Monsters are legends. They're all getting erased in seconds. Right now, to take back what's rightfully his. He's stepping up to challenge the most feared demon king in history. So drop a like, hit subscribe, and watch to the very end. Waking up out of nowhere, the MC is completely lost and buck naked in this new world. The dude is just standing there in his birthday suit staring at the castle in pure shock. But the peace doesn't last long. He looks down, panics, and lets out a massive scream. Frantic, our guy starts digging through the dirt like a madman trying to find what went missing, rushes straight at the tree trying to find his lost cargo behind it but gets nothing. He's completely stunned, patting himself down and trying to figure out where the package went. Getting struck by lightning right then, he's left looking like a guy who just lost his entire world. Down on his knees, the MC is in pure agony, desperately searching for his missing piece. And the vibe gets heavy when he realizes this whole thing is way weirder than it looks. Just chilling at the urinal, our hero doesn't notice the shady guys rolling up with bad intentions. While taking a shower, he spots the warning to watch his belongings, having no clue about the incoming trouble. Out of nowhere, a cab driver shows up waving his arms like a crazy person, grabbing the MC's attention. The MC is completely frozen, racking his brain trying to figure out where his stuff ended up. Trying to keep his cool, he analyzes how he ended up butt naked in the middle of nowhere. Sparks are flying everywhere as he gets ready to wreck everything in his path. Flabbergasted and unclothed, he realizes he didn't just lose his fit, he lost the whole package. He's just taking a breather, scanning the situation and trying to figure out where things went wrong. From up high, the MC checks out the town and figures out that being naked here is just a regular Tuesday. Looking down, he notices that walking around in the buff is a standard dress code in this place. But suddenly, a massive bale of hay runs him over with zero mercy. Tucked inside the hay, our guy is completely mind-blown by what's going down. The MC watches the village hustle, trying to wrap his head around this weird setup. Staying behind the hay, he tries to lay low while scoping out the area. With only a pink towel on, he tries to see if the locals have what he's missing. He scans every single detail, wanting to know if anyone here has his lost goods. However, he realizes the only way to be sure is to face the problem head-on, no holding back. The blonde girl spots something weird, points right at our MC and lets out a scream. Freaking out, he tries to cover up as the towel flies away. Talk about a close call. Out of the blue, this giant purple monster drops down, wrecking everything and leaving the MC speechless. Our hero freezes in place, eyes wide open and completely stunned by the destruction. And that's where it gets crazy. The Demon King of Obliteration shows up, and the pressure alone paralyzes our guy. Suddenly, the Demon King of Obliteration crashes the party to cause chaos, and the MC just locks up, zooming in on the monster, and bro, he's also missing his entire downstairs situation. That heavy reveal hits the MC hard, leaving his face completely warped in disbelief. The Demon King of Obliteration lets out a wild roar, making the proto freeze for good. What a trip. Charging in full speed, the beast attacks, but the MC stands his ground holding an energy orb. With a ferocious roar, the Demon King of Obliteration rushes forward, chains rattling like crazy. Then, a purple energy blast wipes out everything around it with massive force. Harold just drops a massive explosion that sends everyone flying. Appearing out of nowhere, this beast named Harold unleashes a huge blast on the battlefield. He's just standing there looking awkward, trying to cover up with whatever's left of his fit. The Demon King of Obliteration is down on the ground, getting clowned and smoking heavily. And just like that, this wild purple energy slices through the air, ready to blow it all up. Stepping up with a purple energy blade, Harold is dead serious about this fight. Harold looks cracked, weapon drawn, ready to show everyone why he's built different. Right in the middle of the mess, Harold pops up ready to brawl with his purple energy blade. Hype building up, Harold promises the squad rewards and glory if they take down the boss. While the crew does their attribute test, Harold watches over them, looking like a total badass. Getting right in the MC's face, Harold stares him down in that heavy armor. The MC tries to grasp the orb's power, while the mysterious Dick watches everything unfold. Out of nowhere, this white-haired dude pulls up and drops the truth, calling our hero's attributes straight trash. Processing the reveal, the MC is shook, staring with pure terror as it all finally clicks. He loses his mind, walking around bug-eyed like a weirdo, while Kankimo creeps up behind him for the ambush. The MC bumps into this fox merchant who keeps staring at him, making the vibe super awkward right away. Then Gutu shows up, a fox-eared dwarf with a silver tongue. Basically a cold-blooded merchant who only cares about profit. Freaking out, the MC wishes he could just throw hands to fix things instead of dealing with this weird eye power. The merchant keeps yapping, but the MC is zoning out. Eyes glaze over as he activates this restless, wacky power. Flashing a shady grin, Merchant Gutu whips out an item list trying to hustle our guy into a deal. Down to his boxers, the MC points a finger at the merchant who ignores it and keeps checking that endless item list. He's super mad and points at the vendor who doesn't even care and keeps shoving this weird item list in his face. Merchant Gutu brushes off the yelling and pulls out a golden card, bluntly stating his attribute is storage. Staring hard at that little cat card, the MC is dumbfounded, trying to process what kind of weirdness just landed in his lap. Unbothered, the vendor keeps flipping through the catalog while the impatient MC just stands there rocking only a towel. With an intense glare and glowing red pupils, the MC is fired up to face whatever comes and clean up this mess. Our guy wastes no time and marches into the village, fully focused on the mission, even though the architecture is as weird as his current state. Looking dead serious, the protagonist hopes nobody in this world has what he lost, officially kicking off his search. He checks himself in the mirror trying to stay calm, but his reflection is a harsh reminder of how messed up this is. You can't even make this up. The MC locks eyes on the dude ahead, realizing that in this odd world, you never know what people are hiding under their gear. It's intense. Staring at the blue-haired guy in the bathroom, he tries to figure out if lacking that specific volume is normal for humans here. He sizes up the blue-haired guy with a brutal question. Is everyone in this world like this, or is his luck just that terrible? Wasting no time, our hero decides to clear things up and rushes the blue-haired guy with everything he's got. The blue-haired kid reacts instantly, blocking the attack with his arms and cursing him out, super pissed at the sudden jump. Throwing a punch, the blue-haired guy charges, but our MC doesn't even blink and lands a clean kick right to his chest, bro, shook to his core. The blue-haired kid holds his head and goes off, venting about how his life has turned into a total disaster. He's panicking hard, hands on his head in despair. Unable to believe his eyes, the thing finally showed up and is right in front of him. The blue-haired kid is stunned, still not buying what he's seeing, while our MC just stands frozen, staring at the energy blade. Summoning a blade of pure energy, the blue-haired guy attacks, ready to do whatever it takes to become the hero who drops the Demon King. Our MC doesn't even blink. With an intimidating aura and his face shadowed, he stares down the kid with zero fear, making the vibe heavy. Just standing there in his boxers, he realizes he got reincarnated, but his little buddy didn't make the trip. The guy is down bad, striking a villain pose. The MC stares down the blue-haired guy while a creepy vision of a buff deer pops up in the broken mirror. He focuses on his own hand, staring at his palm as if trying to grasp the wacky power level he got from this awful trade. A wicked purple energy bursts from his hand as the MC finally seems to accept this chaotic, weird power running through his veins. Unleashing a sinister energy, he's ready to prove that living without his little guy won't stop him from being a menace. The mood shifts instantly, and a heavy golden aura starts pouring straight from his hand, signaling that things are about to get real. Without a second thought, our MC goes on the offensive with a cleaver, ready to wipe the floor with anyone in his way. But just look at his desperate face, gripping that cleaver like it's the only thing that can save him from his tragic fate. He freezes on the spot, eyes wide in pure shock, seeing that the power behind that strike is way crazier than he thought. Rushing in with a sharp blade, the blue-haired guy wants to settle this with brute force. The bathroom turns into a war zone. The MC dodges hard while the blue-haired kid comes in hot, trying to end this circus. Throwing a clean punch, the blue-haired kid charges in, determined to finish this fight no matter what. The blue-haired guy attacks, but the MC is way faster and lands a solid hit right to his face, leaving the kid completely stunned. Without hesitation, the MC delivers a perfect kick that sends the blue-haired kid flying into the wall. The boy had zero chance. Smacked down on the floor, the blue-haired guy is defeated and still dizzy from the energy blast that just popped off. The dust settles, and the crowd just lurks, watching the MC finish the job with a dead serious look in his eyes. Skipping the small talk, he's locked in with a heady glare, ready to wrap this up once and for all. Suddenly, this long-haired blonde guy shows up, tossing the MC away like he's weightless. Our boy got absolutely launched. He barely has time to react. Wide-eyed, he stares down the danger right in front of him, feeling that things just got way too serious. The blonde figure stands tall, rocking weird body marks, and points straight at the MC. The vibe got super heavy real quick. Crying on the floor, the blue-haired kid complains about everything while the merchant randomly pops up looking chill, checking out some books. While the blue-haired guy is having a breakdown, the merchant randomly crouches nearby, reading some manuals like it's no big deal. The MC glares at the blonde guy, tells him to chill with the attributes, and says he ain't buying anything since he's busy with the merchant. Glowing out of nowhere, the god appears, leaving our towel-wearing MC jaw-dropped when he immediately asks about his missing package. He's completely frozen, eyes bulging, unable to believe what he just heard about the location of his most precious cargo. Reaching his hand out, the god triggers this weird, colorful energy to explode out of nowhere, leaving our MC totally stunned. The god opens his arms, floating in the middle of this psychedelic chaos, while the MC, still in his towel, can only watch in shock. With a weird smile on his face, the god acts super chill, telling our MC to relax and not lose his mind over the whole thing. Shook to the core, the MC stares at this creepy monster that just spawned, while the god spits his crazy talk like it's nothing. No one saw that coming. The god pulls up with this bizarre look and drops the truth. If the MC beats Dick, the strongest demon king, he gets his goods back. To explain how these creatures are born, the god snaps his fingers and spawns this yellow fart demon king in his hand as an example, showing off how it works. The god summons these yellow creatures that dive bomb right in front of the MC, just to clown him. The MC is flabbergasted, staring at this weird yellow bug, not understanding a single thing that's going on. Covered in golden marks, the god shows off the creature with a cynical smile. The MC is just mind-blown by the nonsense. He's speechless, staring at this thing, trying to figure out how his most prized possession became the strongest demon king. It's too wild. Flaunting his power, the god points at the yellow creature like it's the greatest discovery ever, leaving our MC totally stunned by the weirdness. The god acts all flashy, showing off the censored beast while the MC watches in pure shock. It's just way too bizarre. Freaking out entirely, the MC lets out a desperate scream, unable to believe the level of madness the god just dumped on him. The fairy pops up super hyped, showing that when the demon king of obliteration bites the dust, he turns into the silver rank artifact. It's unreal, bro. Crashing the scene, Harold drops an explosive fist right on the enemy's face. His power is cracked and the damage is instant, man. But the MC couldn't care less about the chat and tells it straight. He just wants to know where his missing member went. The god shows up hyped, showing the MC the fart demon king while explaining that to climb this creepy mountain, he's gotta wipe everyone out. Losing it completely, the MC has a breakdown, unable to accept that his lost piece turned into this bizarre topic with the so-called god. Full of energy, the god points to the top of the pyramid, explaining that the MC just needs to climb this wacky level to get his stuff back. The god keeps pushing his nonsense, but the MC completely short-circuits and freaks out, unable to believe the madness he just heard. Wasting zero time, the god points a finger right in our hero's face, ordering him to level up fast if he wants everything back. He's in absolute shock, eyes wide open and sweating cold while staring down that crazy entity. He can't even process the situation. Reaching out with an authoritative vibe, the god forces the MC to face reality while the poor guy stays totally stunned. Unfazed, the god sports a mocking smirk, making sure to show off the weird power that messed up our hero's entire life. The god ignores the MC's meltdown and shamelessly extends his hand, revealing the censored trophy that started this whole nightmare. Dropping a massive bombshell, the god casually admits he mistook the MC's precious cargo for a reincarnation item and accidentally took it. This deity rolls up with a cynical grin, showing off his eyes as he enjoys watching the protagonist's despair. Staring in shock at the item the god is holding, the MC can't believe the nerve of this guy confessing to such a weird mix-up. The god opens his arms like a boss while the MC's items float around him, boldly confessing that the whole mess was just a miscalculation. Unbelievably, the crazy guy tries to fix things with a ping-pong paddle in the middle of this dimensional chaos. What a rough spot. Holding a bonsai tree like he just saw a ghost, the MC has officially lost it, completely rattled by how weird this got. Losing his mind entirely with a glazed look and pure madness, he totally snaps at all this weirdness happening in front of him. The MC is just standing there frowning, cold sweating, and clearly shook. The weirdness level is so high he can't even hide his panic. Suddenly, the MC hits this crazy pose, fully possessed by chaotic energy as he charges forward, smiling like a complete psycho. Ignoring the chaos, the god starts petting the fart demon king's head like nothing's wrong, so surreal. The god lays it out. If the MC wants his little buddy back, he has to climb the floors and fight. The guy is just there, stunned, processing the madness. Chilling out, the god pets the fart demon king while the fight breaks out, treating the whole thing like a massive joke. He wastes no time and unloads a massive explosive attack, throwing caution out the window with a screen-shaking strike. Releasing a wild golden blast without a second thought, the MC unleashes all his power at once. The god is just chilling, showing off that golden fragment and confirming that if our MC clears the mission, he finally gets his treasure back. Looking right at the god, the MC keeps it real. How is he supposed to compete against divine artifacts when he can barely hold this golden star? That impact was way too heavy, leaving the MC on the floor as the bright golden explosion takes over everything. The guy is shook by all this power. The shockwave was brutal, throwing our hero straight to the ground amidst the intense glow of all that power. The dude is completely mind-blown. Laying on the floor, the MC feels the weight of the reveal. The god confessed he can summon anything he touched in his original world as an artifact. He inspects that manhole cover on the ground, looking like he has zero clue about this weird new skill the god just dropped. Not buying it, the MC complains that, as a reincarnated guy, he shouldn't have to touch objects to summon this goofy manhole cover. The god loses it and drops the truth. Being reincarnated doesn't make you special. If it wasn't for the mix-up with his manhood, he wouldn't even be wasting time with him. Before he can even complain, the demon king of obliteration spawns behind him out of nowhere, giving him a massive jump scare and leaving the guy terrified. Our MC is paralyzed in pure shock, stuck in these weird roots while the demon king of obliteration pops up to cause chaos. Turning around, the MC faces this giant beast. The monster is trapped in roots and the vibe is heavy. Looks like a rough encounter. Madini enters the chat looking super stylish with pink hair, checking out the item in his hand and complaining about the quest. Rocking pink hair, Madini shows up holding a blue orb and spitting facts about his capture mission. The MC gets super annoyed, unable to believe he has to deal with getting bullied even inside a demon's cave. Asking if the beast was the boss, the MC gets mocked by Madini, who calls him a rookie and demands to know his attribute to see if he's useful. Out of nowhere, this glowing cat-faced fairy spawns right between them, leaving everybody speechless. The MC and Madini are completely frozen by this flying kitty, which just pops up floating between them and leaves everyone stunned. But suddenly, this flying cat shows up, glaring at everyone with the most bored face ever and leaving the duo entirely shook. Giving zero time to react, the kitty drop kicks Madini, knocking him out instantly and sending him straight to the floor. This thing doesn't play around, bro. The kitty wipes its face over the KO'd Madini, scolding the MC and telling him he should have punched the dude, not her. Backing away in terror, the MC wants to know what this thing is, and even weirder, how it knows about his missing private parts. This kitty starts glowing in a wacky rainbow while talking, revealing it's the avatar of that weird god and knows all the MC's secrets. The MC tries to shut the cat up, but the beast ain't having it and cuts him off immediately. The vibe is awkward and his secret is in serious danger. Trying to ask if the cat is his system, the MC gets shut down right away. It tells him to stop reading so many novels because he's on his own. The MC asks if this is a Demon King cave, but the kitty just gives him that classic rude gesture, totally mocking his face. Staring at that floating manhole cover, he is completely clueless about how he ended up in this wacky place. The kitty couldn't care less about the MC's panic and with pure disrespect flashes a rude sign, proving this situation is just too wild. Looking around this weird, root-filled place, the MC tries to figure out where he landed, while the kitty just keeps roasting him. The cat ignores the confusion, pulls a totally mocking face, and points its finger as if telling the MC to go screw himself. Completely lost, the MC just stares at the beast. He points at his own face, baffled by the creature's absolute disrespect. Smirking, the kitty acts completely innocent, and says that ruining the game would honestly be way too boring. The protagonist opens his arms demanding answers, while the kitty just sits there unbothered, ignoring his panic like a pro. Zoning out, the MC holds his chin with a face that screams he's trying to process what kind of madness is happening right now. Out of nowhere, the MC whips out a stylized pink chainsaw, complete with a smile on the blade. The whole thing is just weird, bro. The MC is speechless, staring at the pink chainsaw, while the fairy floats nearby with that mocking face like nothing happened. Trying to start the pink chainsaw, he gets zero cooperation and just stands there frustrated while the kitty laughs at his misery. The chainsaw jerks him around and the MC panics, unable to believe the level of weirdness this item just reached. Breaking down completely over the situation, the MC freaks out while the kitty just watches the chaos with an unbearably smug face. Suddenly, this trio of fishmen burst through the roots, rolling up like their old friends. And right there Xiao Kuei shows up, that in-faced kid with a leaf on his head, already dropping facts while the yellow beast just lingers in the back. The MC watches that in shock, while the smug kitty stays put, enjoying the chaotic show from the front row. Feeling the heavy sting of defeat, the MC can only think that everything just went south. Medini steps into the vibe full of himself, while our protagonist stares at the scene trying to figure out what the heck is going on. Looking super cocky, Medini flashes a huge grin and acts wild, leaving the MC wondering, who is this clown? Completely stunned and confused, the MC doesn't hold back. Who the heck are you anyway? Medini rolls up all hyped with a huge grin, leaving the MC stuck on the thought of what kind of crazy stuff am I watching. Flashing a cynical smile, Medini pretends that getting beat up was all part of the plan. The dude is pure smooth talk, bro. The MC points and questions the kitty, while Medini just watches the scene from the side, completely clueless about what's happening. In her cat form, the fairy just straight up smashes the protagonist's face, leaving him in total shock while she mocks the situation. Medini throws a wide smile and a thumbs up, acting super chill while the kitty takes the chance to roast the protagonist. Wasting no time, the kitty smacks the MC across the face, leaving him stunned while the beast shows off. Medini just watches, clueless. Our MC holds the kitty while fully geared up. Medini walks over calmly, wanting to talk about their next move. Kneeling down, Medini shows off his fireworks attribute with a thumbs up, planning to blow everything up so he can dip before the monster comes back. Medini whips out his attribute, flashing a fiery thumbs up as he sets the stage for our escape before the beast catches us. Pulling out a lighter, the MC sparks a flame right there, leaving the kitty wide-eyed at the trick. Medini goes wild, super hyped about his master's skill, asking in disbelief how he pulled off that hand trick. With a face full of mockery, the MC flashes a meme-worthy smile as he gets ready to explain the technique. But the kitty doesn't waste a second and smacks the MC in the face, shutting the master up by force. Dick shows up with this wild look in his eyes, ready to cause havoc while the vibe gets super heavy. Going all out, the MC charges in, but Dick is already on the offensive, flying at him with a clean strike ready to connect. Without hesitation, our hero throws a devastating punch, dead serious about settling this with his fists while Dick preps a counter. He wastes zero time and pulls out a sharp cleaver, ready to end this circus once and for all. Switching tactics in a blink, the MC draws the sharp axe and rushes in without a second thought. The guy doesn't care, charging forward and delivering a precise strike right at his opponent. The beast is just stunned by that speed. Wasting no time, he comes tearing through with his blade raised, ready to finish the job. Our boy is super locked in, dead serious. The MC lands a clean hit on the monster's jugular, making its blood boil instantly. The beast is completely caught off guard by the aggression. A perfect strike dismantles the monster right then and there, scattering pieces everywhere. The creature didn't even see it coming, twisting in the air from the hit. The monster struggles while the MC watches without breaking a sweat. That beast is having a really rough time now. But look who shows up. It's Lily, rocking this little witch look, ready to use her resurrection power and mess everything up again. Out of nowhere, this blue-haired witch Lily drops in. Her goal is clear. She's from the Luo demon tribe and has this OP resurrection skill. Meanwhile, the scene cuts to a clear, calm sky, with sunlight hitting the super peaceful forest aesthetic. The Demon King of Obliteration towers over the MC, while the Fart Demon King watches from the sidelines. The tension is through the roof, bro. Suddenly, Dick pulls up with this creepy horned look, holding a club, and already talking about his journey through the Demon King caves. Staring down the yellow beast, the crystal monster flexes his control over the caves and the king's hospitality, immediately asking about the wine. That Obliteration Demon King glares at the little yellow creature, making it clear he's only stepping down if challenged by that crazy god's rules. Demanding the wine, the crystal monster locks eyes with the Fart Demon King, showing he has zero patience to wait around. Kankamo glares at the yellow beast, bluntly stating he's out of patience and they are heading back to the king's cave right now. With an intimidating stare, the crystal monster looks at the protagonist, warning him that the royal hierarchy around here has already shifted. Homeboy Kankamo is giving everyone the meanest look, making it super clear he's not playing games and the power dynamic has fully changed. Just look at this guy. Dick shows up looking imposing with this weird design, fully claiming the title of the strongest demon king. Lily is bailing with the crew and the vibe is getting heavy with danger right on their tail. Pausing everything, Lily hits our squad with a shocked look, questioning why the ant got defeated if it was only corrupted. The MC tries to explain himself, but the crew ain't having it. Things got bad and now it's a mad dash to survive this whole mess. Running away, the squad explains the corruption demon king invaded the village, and the MC finally gets why the water tasted so nasty. Right then, the Fart Demon King enters the scene, looking around completely lost about the beef going down. Xiao Kuei begs the MC to save his dad, while Lily promises they'll handle it in the name of God, even with this Fart Demon King around. And the scene freezes right as Medini dips while the Fart Demon King pops up out of nowhere, leaving everyone confused by the chaos. Looking super graceful, Lily steps up, introducing herself as a follower of God and asking if anyone needs a hand with all this mess. The fairy shows up in cat form, flipping the bird at the MC, flexing that usual smugness, while everything falls apart. Appearing flawless, Lily introduces herself as a divine follower offering help, while the fairy in cat form just clowns on our hero. She explains she was buried under rubble for 3 whole days, screaming for help with no answer, until she finally saw a holy light. Out of nowhere, this hand bursts from the debris like a holy response. She swears God himself came down for the rescue. Covered in sparkles, Lily acts like a divine messenger, while the fairy wastes no time roasting our MC. That little fairy pulls up with max disrespect, ignoring the backstory and making it clear she doesn't care at all. Meanwhile, the fishmen trio opens their mouths to complain about something, since our hero actually can't catch a break. Unable to handle the audacity, the MC is completely shook, looking like a defeated man while trying to process what's happening. Lily acts all cute asking a question, but the MC and the fairy just stare back like they can't believe their ears. Gripping the fairy with pure disbelief, the MC watches as she doesn't even react, just accepting the squeeze like it's totally normal. With an angelic look, Lily suggests that only someone who's seen a miracle can feel God's presence nearby. Maideny steps up, lifting the fart demon king like a trophy, while the MC watches in disbelief at the circus unfolding. Suddenly, these monsters appear hanging from the ceiling like bats. The MC and Lily stop dead, looking up like they just spotted serious danger. Dropping from the roof straight at them, the beasts attack as Lily draws her wand to fight back, and things get really tense. Wand in hand, Lily is ready for battle, while glowing attacks rush toward the whole squad. The vibe is super heavy now, throwing a massive punch. The MC is wrapped in a heavy purple aura, charging straight at whatever gets in his way. Our guy is dead serious and smacks the enemy in the face with a frying pan using crazy strength, while Lily watches closely, ready to jump in. Keeping the momentum, the MC beats down the next monster, swinging that frying pan with everything he's got to finish the job. The impact is so brutal the enemy stands 0 chance, getting sent flying by the MC's perfect strike. This fight turns into pure chaos, with Maideny getting grabbed by the monster mid-brawl while that crazy dude in the back just watches. Unable to process what's going on, Maideny lets out a desperate scream while getting drenched in this weird liquid. Wasting no time, the MC splashes a bucket of sketchy liquid right in the monster's face, who has no clue and just eats the splash. Lily jumps right into action, casting a sick light spell, her wand glowing bright as she preps the attack. Trying a brutal strike, the monster shakes the whole ground, making our hero trip and fall in the middle of the mess. With the monster flattened on the ground, the MC notices Maideny's attack was useless and tells his teammate to save his energy. Wrapping up their fight, the fishmen confirm they handle business on the other side, leaving the beast laid out on the floor. Suddenly, the N shows up and grabs Xiaoshui, who starts panicking while trying to break free. The kid is completely terrified. Without hesitating, the MC rushes in, giving off an intimidating pink aura and ready to destroy whatever is in his path. Our guy doesn't think twice and charges in, landing a solid punch that launches the beast and saves the kid. As the dust settles, the battlefield looks wild, the MC staring everything down calmly, while the rest of the squad is on the floor just watching. Xiaoshui is in pure shock, eyes wide open, unable to believe the scene he just witnessed. Glowing weirdly with a creepy aura, the beast is ready to fight. It's Xia's dad, completely corrupted, and things just got super tense. Just look at this, the system ID'd the enemy. He's from the Entrace numbing class. It's about to go down, bro. Tearing through the air, the monster comes armed with an axe, ready to do some damage. Things are getting real. The beast wastes 0 time and stretches its arm to crush the MC, leaving him barely any room to dodge. But this thing doesn't flinch. It winds its arm way back with crazy power, ready to obliterate the MC in one quick, deadly swipe. Stepping up, the MC calmly catches the axe, letting him know straight up that weapon is his and not just anyone can swing it. The monster throws a kick right at his face, but the MC doesn't blink and blocks it with one hand using pure brute force. Completely mind-blown, Lily and Maideny look like they can't believe what's happening right in front of them. Even the fishmen drop their jaws, looking at the monster's panicked faces with a mix of fear and surprise. Flashing a smirk, the MC proves he's just getting started and the tables have completely turned in his favor. The kitty tags along with the MC, who's looking stylish and cynical, proving he's not sweating any threats right now. Just unable to contain himself, Maideny gets super hyped with a crazy face and his tongue out, admiring his master's power. Without wasting a second, Lily fires a strong spell, but the attack hits the Obliteration Demon King dead on. Things just heated up big time. Lily's attack goes right through the monster, but our boy isn't phased, tanking the magic's impact like it's nothing. Staring wide-eyed, Lily is completely shook seeing her spell go totally out of control. The magic's effect shows no mercy, leaving our hero with this weird face, totally warped by the vitality bloom. Lost with her wand in hand, Lily just stands there while Madini rolls up looking fresh, holding scissors to trim down this massive overgrowth. She explains that since she has zero control over her power, she doesn't even heal the injured, only using her magic for attacks. In his chibi form, the MC realizes body healing causes this weird growth, while mental healing just causes meltdowns. The cost of trusting the god. But Lily claps back, insisting attributes are divine gifts, and people should be grateful, with Madini right there agreeing with the madness. Standing up fiercely, the end shows off this twisted, weird body that looks like a walking nightmare. It's getting serious now. The beast gets up looking super mangled, showing off a creepy form straight out of a horror movie. Things just got way too real, bro. And suddenly, the rest of the mob stands up too, giving off this super creepy vibe. The mood just got really heavy, you know? Radiating a bright green energy, the end triggers a numb barrier on the whole squad, paralyzing everyone. The tension is crazy high. Xiao Chu warns them his dad's attribute is numbness, which puts everyone to sleep, and desperately begs us to save the old man, even asking if that isn't just paralysis. The MC gets told off by the kitty. Those basic names are already taken by other attributes. Maidini asks for a plan while the MC faces the threat, but the kitty chimes in with advice, keeping the tension spiked. With doubt in the air, the vibe darkens and a gloomy aura starts taking over. The danger is real and chaos is about to pop off. Suddenly, a horde of these ents comes rushing at the squad, ready to cause total havoc as things heat up big time. Things get sketchy when these weird creatures pop up out of the blue, staring everyone down with an intimidating look, pulling out Weed Killer right in their faces. The MC keeps it real. He wants to see if they're actually not scared of death. Lily stares at these weird fishmen, completely lost as the tension rises. The crew seems pretty shocked by the whole setup, diving right in without missing a beat. Madini hypes up his master like he just found the best loot in this creepy cave. Hyped up and shocked, Madini keeps talking while the MC ignores the chatter to focus on what matters. He's pissed and ready to throw hands. The lead ent doesn't wait around and points a finger right at the squad, leaving everyone stunned by the heavy targeting. Grabbing little Xiao Chu by the head, the MC holds a small can, like he couldn't care less about the tension right now. The kitty and the fishman waste no time charging in, while Lily is completely shook by the scene, not knowing what to do. Rocking a crazy look, the MC decides it's time for some classic drama while holding little Xiao Chui, completely ignoring the brawl. The leader ent completely breaks down facing the danger, shaking with fear as he realizes things just went horribly wrong. Not looking to chat, the beast goes all out, letting out a wild roar while charging forward with that heavy energy. Our MC is stunned, and the vibe shifts when he realizes it's getting serious, rocking a look that says he's not letting anyone off easy. The crash kicks up a massive dust cloud, throwing the MC to the ground while the monster keeps pushing with zero mercy. This is way too tense. Rushing in ruthlessly, the monster attacks, and little Xiaochui fully panics in front of that giant. Things got critical. The mood got super heavy. The lead ent snaps back to his senses and stares at little Xiaochu in pure shock, finally recognizing his own kid right in front of him. As the heat rises, the MC slides across the ground, dodging strikes as the dust kicks up and the crew in the back descends into chaos. Suddenly, Dick pops up with a smug little smile, holding a potion flask like it's totally normal. Our boy is stunned. Maidini is amazed to see his master had a trump card, while the kitty can barely believe that actually cured the corruption. Finally waking up, Xiaochui's dad hugs his son in a touching moment, completely confused about what's going down. Meanwhile, a squad of weird monsters steps into the room, looking at everything like they have zero clue what's going on. But Xiaochui's dad doesn't even get to celebrate. He breaks down completely, looking desperate and screaming for nobody to move. These odd creatures show up out of nowhere, looking like they are completely lost in the middle of all this chaos. Turning to the MC, the monster begs him to save the rest of the squad fast, before the corruption fully takes over and he loses control. The MC wastes no time pouring this liquid on his hand. He needs to act quick before things get way too serious out there. Slowly turning back to normal, the ents recover, but the MC is already stressed, complaining he blew 5 whole flasks on this mess. The The lead int explains they got invaded by the corruption demon king, while the tribe members break down how it all started to Lily. Asking what happened to the village folks, the MC hears the lead int explain they were enslaved to make wine. Things are getting grim. The MC takes the chance to ask about their attributes. The leader says his is the tuner class and causes numbness. Breaking down the attribute types, the fairy explains: tuner for living beings, alteration for objects, and emergence for making stuff. The MC doesn't even hide his confusion. Out of nowhere, one of the fishmen stares down the MC looking like he wants all the answers, making the vibe even weirder. Suddenly, those fishmen look at our protagonist with a super sus expression, leaving the guy completely shocked by how weird this is getting. Out of the blue, the fart demon king pops in to demonstrate the powers, while the MC and Medini just watch like they have no idea what's up. The ent leader keeps it real, explaining that since the village is isolated, he only knows this stuff from studying in the city for a bit. Before the leader even finishes, a fishman blasts water in his face, while the ent takes the chance to attack with his stretchy limbs. In the middle of the mess, Lily cuts the chatter and drops the real question: where did the corruption demon king run off to? The ent replies he left to get someone, while pink-haired Medini suggests they dip right now before more dangerous people show up. Rocking an unforgiving look, the MC glares while the kitty next to him seems super hyped about the situation. The vibe is heavy. Medini finds out the ent is gold ranked by checking the item in his hand, but the dude only has one measly skill. What a letdown, bro. Disappointed with his item, Medini scopes out the situation while Lily watches. The tension between them is real, just eyeing the ent in the back. Demanding answers about the ranks, the MC presses Medini, but the kitty quickly interrupts and tells everyone not to listen to him. Our hero is just eyeing the group of weirdos in the back, while Medini tries to explain the ranks, clearly suspicious of what's going on. Things get weird when Medini shows up wearing a pig costume, and the MC doesn't miss the chance to roast him, dressed up and holding a magic wand. The fairy pops in while the Oz squad behind her just watches the chaos unfold. Completely fed up with all this god talk, the MC looks like he's at his limit, holding dick looking super stressed. Lily keeps it straight. She's been preaching for 5 years and claims this proves God is watching, so she's sticking around too. Losing his patience with this beast, the MC holds Dick with a hateful look, while the kitty stares at him with that usual smug face. Suddenly, Lily turns her back and starts praying, asking for protection from that eccentric god. The mood gets super heavy. Out of nowhere, the MC sees this cosmic vision where that crazy god reveals his form, proving this was all just a bizarre divine plan. Charging straight into danger, the MC runs wide open without fear as these giant shadows get ready to ambush him. The plan is set. The line scribbles across the map showing exactly where to strike, marking every hero with an X so no one survives. Facing this weird being, the MC watches him laugh in his face while unleashing crazy power. The vibe is tense and the clash is about to erupt. Things heat up as the MC glares at this flaming dude who's just sitting there chatting and flexing his power. The beast is actually laughing at the situation, glowing and looking arrogant. The god acts like this whole palace is just his backyard. The crazy guy is mocking everything while showing off his might. The purple monster wrecks everything in its path, bursting onto the scene and charging at the MC and Lily with wild fury. It's getting critical, bro. Spinning out of control, the monster smashes the rocks with a wild strike and sends everyone flying. The beast is coming in hot. Lily steps up focused and ready to trade blows while Medini matches her pace, facing the danger head-on to protect the squad. With a massive spin, the Obliteration Demon King launches sharp blades that shred the environment in a brutal, merciless attack. The strike is brutal, sending crystal shards flying everywhere. The whole area gets sliced up in a precise attack that leaves nothing standing. As the dust clears, the kitty pops up right in the mess, leaving the MC stunned by the surprise appearance on the battlefield. The dust settles and suddenly, Dick appears right in front of our hero. The mood gets heavy and the shock is real with this reveal. Showing up with a crazy look, Dick drops the truth. He's the real boss around here, leaving the MC completely flabbergasted. Going into full shock, the MC's eyes go wide when he comes face to face with his own Dick. You can't make this up. Our hero short-circuits, seeing that the thing right there is actually his own missing piece that came alive and became the final boss. Flashing back to a super weird bathroom moment, the MC remembers chatting nonsense and calling the guy his ultimate battle soulmate. He digs up that memory from the bathhouse back when he treated Dick like his inseparable golden partner. Check out this scene. He's so happy calling Dick his brother in arms. Little did he know, his missing buddy was right there just watching. Back in the present, the kid cries and hugs the MC tightly, while the kitty watches from above. It's an emotional reunion. Heavy-hearted, the MC remembers his youth and sheds a tear, seeing this weird weird moment, the kitty doesn't miss the chance to roast the poor guy. Looking at the kid like he's hit rock bottom, the MC suffers while the kitty just watches from the corner, totally unbothered. Our guy is visibly destroyed, rocking that lost everything stare, processing the pain of this reunion as the vibe gets super heavy. Kneeling down, the MC promises the kid he won't fail this time, while the kitty up high just watches the drama without caring at all. Out of nowhere, a golden light bursts out, covering the kid and the rest of the crew right in the middle of the mess. Trying to approach Dick, the MC feels the tension. He asks what's going on, while the kitty just watches the awkwardness with a smug face. The kitty drops facts. Dick is a divine artifact, and to get his manhood back, the MC has to wipe out the strongest demon king, insisting Dick is a godly artifact. The kitty speaks while the MC stares at his own missing piece, which is now the strongest demon king, in pure shock. Our boy loses his mind, screaming in pure disbelief. He can't wrap his head around Dick becoming this monster, and the panic really sets in. Pointing out the threat, the kitty keeps it real. Dick turned into this powerful beast, and the MC is shook, facing his own legacy out in the wild. Unfazed, Dick just stands there with that smug smirk, clearly not caring about our hero's meltdown. What a wild situation, bro. The MC has a total breakdown looking at Dick, cursing that god Wahua for turning his own legacy into this living nightmare. Facing Dick right there looking so imposing and scary makes the MC freeze on the spot. The kid doesn't look away, and the tension gets almost unbearable. Without blinking, Dick holds that superior pose while the kitty nearby just watches the circus burn. Such a tense moment. Opening his arms in a mocking invite, Dick acts like he runs the place while the kitty just kicks back and enjoys the chaos. Dick doesn't care and points a finger up proudly, while the kitty next to him watches the foolery, looking completely innocent. Not wasting a second, Dick drops the truth. Pointing up super cocky, he reveals this is just a clone, while the original is far away. Flashing that arrogant smile, Dick shows off the power marks on his face and hands, looking ready to cause some real damage. The fairy lets out a creepy laugh, showing a weird smile that says she is absolutely loving this reign of chaos. Suddenly, a huge cloud of dark smoke pops up out of nowhere, swallowing everything and making the vibe super heavy for both of them. Out of nowhere, a massive explosion randomly takes over the scene, leaving the MC and Dick face to face with the impact of this dark energy. Dick's arm starts shifting and takes on this weird, corrupted shape right in front of everyone. The kid is turning into a living weapon. His power is unreal as Dick shoots a destructive energy beam from his finger, making the air around him just explode from the impact. Pointing his finger, Dick makes the rocks around them float, building up a creepy energy that makes the atmosphere super intense. Dick glares at the MC with a dark aura, while the kitty floats behind them watching it all. The tension between them is off the charts. Looking for an opening, the MC's squad rushes in full speed to stop the enemy's advance in the middle of all this chaos. Chaos takes over as the brawl erupts, with the crew charging in fearlessly while purple flames wreck everything around. The hype just went through the roof, bro. Staring down Can Chemo, the MC is ready to brawl while the setting shifts. The final showdown is here and the vibe is heavy. Exhausted, the Corruption Demon King looks at that weird architecture and wonders if life is just repeating the same day. Totally sick of fighting. Meanwhile, the scene shifts, and we see the Corruption Demon King walking his path, clearly leaving that city in the rear view. Running on fumes, the beast yells, "I'm retired to the universe," and walks away from this fighting life for good. The Corruption Demon King finally calls it quits, jumping for joy in the middle of nowhere to celebrate his dream retirement. As the dust clears, the beast steps out of the chaos, leaving Medini and Lily completely stunned by the size of that crystal monster. Inspecting the coin with the artifact, Medini can't believe it. The monster is only silver rank. The guy is shocked by what he just found out. The vibe gets tense when the lead ant rolls up with his crew, putting Xiaoqiu in full panic mode over the situation. Suddenly, the big monster smacks the small one, burying the yellow beast in the dirt with a massive impact. Floating in the air, the monster unleashes a creepy purple energy, proving this beef is just getting started. That dark purple energy just swallows everything, leaving the squad shook by the sheer scale of the beast's power. A wave of purple energy runs over the big guy with zero mercy, while the poor little yellow monster gets launched away by the blast. Stopping in his tracks, the Corruption Demon King announces this is his resting place, while his monster minions suffer in the background. That three-eyed yellow beast, the Corruption Demon King, shows up with a dark aura and leaves everyone there completely speechless. The crystal beast Kankemo charges in swinging, leaving the wooden monsters without a single chance to react. With crazy speed, Kankemo goes on the offensive, wiping out everything in his path and giving the wooden monsters zero time to fight back. Tearing through the smoke, the attack flies past before the monsters even notice. The strike cuts through everything and they just stand there, clueless. From above, the kitty watches Kankamo wreck everything while the monster's souls float up from the blast. That guy really isn't playing around. The screen doesn't lie. Kankamo is classed as an emergent monster, rocking that feared silver rank. The dude is built different. Stepping up to the giant monster, Dick keeps it super bold. There can only be one Demon King here, and he wants to know who runs this joint. King Kimo gets right in Dick's face, explaining that Teletti took his cave half a month ago. Since he's silver and the boss is platinum, he's hunting for power. Cutting the chatter, Dick puts the monster in its place, pointing his finger like he's challenging some random punk to a showdown. As the brawl escalates, the fairy chills in the corner just watching, super satisfied with the chaos she started. Wasting no time, Dick talks down to Count Kimo while the background crumbles behind them. The vibe is heavy and our boy is ready for war. Maidimi freezes up, realizing that Yellow Beast is actually the powerful platinum rank Corruption Demon King. Things just got way too serious. Smirking, the Corruption Demon King points a finger like he's in total control while the heat gets dialed up to max. Suddenly, the Corruption Demon King flies through the air right at Madanai, ready to end him. The beast is unstoppable, but the MC doesn't just stand there and throws a mist flask in the air, claiming the stuff will dehydrate and cure all dryness. Looking completely dazed by the mist, the Ent is just standing there in shock, holding its head, trying to figure out what just happened. Our hero takes charge and tells everyone to fall back, ready to handle this beef solo, while the monsters just wait to see what goes down. With a focused but distant look, the MC only cares that he'll finally reunite with Dick and tells the kid to hold on. Now it's the moment of truth. And the MC isn't playing around, he pulls out a bag of flour mid-fight. Our boy decided to use cooking as a weapon in this chaos. Without a pause, he throws a perfect strike in the air, making everything blow up in a crazy dust cloud as he charges the threat. Telling Marini to use his fireworks, the MC gets nothing but a blank stare from the guy who clearly didn't get the plan. Medini claims his master sealed his power, leaving the MC stunned and losing his cool over his teammates' chill attitude. There's no time to argue because a swarm of shadow monsters spawns out of nowhere, rushing in for the kill. Wasting zero time, Madani unleashes his fireworks, setting off a massive blast that wipes out everything in its way. The air turns into a massive fireball from the impact. The blast was so wild it sends everyone flying without asking nicely. That explosion is so brutal the monsters get tossed around like ragdolls, leaving not a single one to tell the tale. But the yellow beast walks out of that dust fully intact and throws a binding strike at Medini, leaving the guy stunned. Fast on his feet, the Fart Demon King uses his claws to pin Medini, who freezes up from the sudden attack. Jumping in with a crazy leap, the MC spins his weapon to smash the yellow beast before Medini fully panics. However, the Fart Demon King isn't bothered, dive-bombing everyone with a super mean look. Things just got serious. That beast just shakes it off, bro. It flies up and lands a brutal stomp, stomping right on the pillow Medini tried to use. Hiking down hard, the beast attacks while a desperate Madani tries blocking with the pillow, but the explosion's impact is way too brutal to tank. Our hero can't believe his eyes. His face is all swollen, bruised up, and bleeding heavily after the hit. The guy is in complete shock. The Corruption Demon King focuses all his destructive energy into a weird purple aura, prepping a strike that's bound to be devastating. Sending that dark energy his way, the monster attacks, but the MC blocks with an umbrella, betting the hit won't do a thing. Quickly, the MC goes all out, landing a clean sword strike on the beast, barely giving it time to react. Except the little monster pulls an acrobatic flip, dodging the hit and landing right in the middle of all that smoke. Striking back instantly, the creature unleashes a dark claw combo that slices the air at top speed. It definitely didn't come to play, but it totally backfires. The little monster's dark claws hit his own minions dead on, leaving everyone super confused. The Fart Demon King doesn't care and unleashes his dark claws on his own allies, making the crew freak out while he floats amid the chaos. Ignoring the friendly fire, the Fart Demon King's attacks hit his own servants, leaving the whole squad stunned in the middle of this mess. Things escalate fast when the Fart Demon King strikes his own ally, making him explode into a splash of blue liquid instantly. Huge fail. Completely unbothered, the Fart Demon King accidentally hits his own teammate, who bursts into blue goo. The crew is shocked by the friendly fire mid-fight. With a hard frown, the Fart Demon King locks onto someone and drops a U. That proves things are about to get heavy. The beast is ready to strike. Going fully offensive, the Fart Demon King fires off a heavy energy attack that leaves everyone stunned. The tension just peaked. Suddenly, this blue-haired mage appears, gripping a crystal with a dead serious look and ready to cast. Without hesitating, the beast throws a monster punch, focusing crazy energy into the impact. The vibe got heavy and the strike carried unreal raw power. In the middle of the mess, the beast pulls up holding a creepy crystal looking like it isn't here to play. Things just got real. Landing an explosive punch, the beast creates a massive shockwave, swallowing the area in bright light and wiping out every monster nearby. Maidini doesn't think twice, rushing in at max speed and dropping the monsters with pure punches as they try to box him in. Barely able to react, Madani gets snatched out of the air by the monster, who takes the opening to grab the MC's teammate tight. Ignoring the chaos, the corruption demon king just floats there, watching it all with a face that says he wants to retire ASAP. Slammed hard into the ground, the beast is left wide open while trying to recover from the crash. The corruption demon king doesn't even blink. Losing his patience, the corruption demon king says he's sick of this chase and fires off a corruption binding chain at the guys. The beast bursts forward in a violent rush, proving it's not messing around and its patience has officially run out. Completely shook, the MC grabs his head as pure chaos takes over the whole situation, charging in with everything. The MC is wrapped in a creepy dark energy, ready to prove things just got incredibly real. Out of nowhere, the beast launches a dark rush, and the MC is totally stunned by the level of the attack, unable to even react. The MC looks like he saw a ghost, freezing on the spot and totally mind-blown by the weirdness that just popped up in front of him. Popping up aggressively, the yellow creature is covered in this weird dark energy, ready to show that this is not a friendly encounter. Rushing in full force, the monster yells for the hero to hold his ground, but our MC has zero time to react. The bouncing ball blows up with a huge bang and sends our guy flying. Right in the smoke, our boy notices the pain is gone and everything feels numb. He watches the beast leaping super high right at him. Quick on his feet, our hero throws up his defense. Laughing it off, the monster regenerates midair like it's nothing. Then it starts throwing hands, claiming his attack is useless against infinite corruption. That's when our ally jumps into the brawl, landing a clean hit right on the beast's face. Hitting him so hard, she launches the guy far away. The monster gets sent flying. Screaming out loud, it says, even without knowing her class, she's definitely a tuner, and adds that the tuner class can't do a thing against its corrupted fluid. Out of nowhere, a staff comes flying in, tearing through the air straight at it. However, the beast blocks the object with its hands, laughing that it caught the attack. Bragging about its skills, the monster suddenly freaks out, realizing the staff just vanished. Right then, our boy appears up high, dropping down hard with his weapon drawn. A massive dark energy impact blasts the ground, sending dust flying everywhere. Through the fog, you can see several warriors down and defeated across the battlefield. Getting ready to use her power, the ally starts chanting, except her staff completely shatters into tiny pieces. She shook, seeing that the bronze rank divine artifact couldn't handle the pressure. Meanwhile, the pink-haired ally rushes in angry, telling the beast to pay attention, but the opponent easily defends and rips his arm off, saying he doesn't even deserve to be corrupted. Blood splatters everywhere from the brutal force of that lightning-fast strike. Watching in horror, our MC stands there with wide eyes full of pure dread. The creature traps them with its energy, stating it's way too tired of all this clowning around. It warns that it'll turn everyone into its most hard-working servant caretakers now. Swallowed by the dark smoke, our boy complains that his body feels way too numb. Desperately, the ally yells for Huang Mizo to believe in God Wuhul and pray for an answer. Our MC gives this annoyed look, asking if she's kidding around at a time like this. Smiling calmly, the blue-haired girl asks him not to sweat it because a miracle is coming. She faithfully asks him to pray along since God saved them in the past, just like that. In the meantime, the horned kid watches everything, looking completely bored in the dust. Crossing its arms, the flying kitty finds all that small talk super annoying. But the monster squeezes them both with its dark arms, warning they'll soon belong to him. The ally closes her eyes, mentally begging God to save them no matter what. Picture this. She imagines herself floating in a blue glow thanks to her hard work and unbreakable faith. Then she opens her eyes expecting a miracle. And just like that, everything changed. She realizes absolutely nobody showed up from above to help. Right there, our MC steps up, looking like a boss right in front of her, revving his charged chainsaw. Looking at him in surprise, she hears the hero say that real people are the ones who save others. A flashback shows ordinary folk saving the little girl from the rubble back in the day. Dead serious, our boy stares down the opponent and lets her know that God isn't saving her. He is. The kitty watches, wondering how the MC managed to turn on that electric chainsaw right now, taking a massive slash that scatters pieces. The beast realizes its regen is way too slow for this much damage. Blown away by the strike's power, the fallen allies yell in hype, calling our MC master, hero, and big bro. Our MC feels the electricity crackling in his fingers, realizing his numbness is actually pure electric current. He remembers that the electricity that wiped him out in the real world actually reincarnated with him into this new body. Quickly, he tosses a golden artifact to the ally, telling her to grab the item dropped by the old demon king they beat. The blue-haired girl holds the glowing star, her eyes wide with shock, but the monster bounces back furious, rushing in super fast and screaming that it's not over yet. Striking a combat pose with a confident smirk, our boy tells the enemy to bring it on. The chainsaw blade goes to work, slicing the beast into pieces all over again. Landing clean hits, the attack keeps violently shredding the monster's shadowy parts. In high speed, the chainsaw shreds right through the enemy's darkness. Our boy's final strike slices the creature cleanly from top to bottom. Flashing a slight smirk, the hero watches the last bits of energy fade into the air. He gets thoughtful, finding this otherworld adventure pretty wild, though he jokingly mourns losing his private parts during the transfer. However, he quickly gets mad, screaming at the dead Demon King over this weird transformation that left him with nothing downstairs. Coughing heavily through the smoke, the monster pops back up and grumbles in anger about the hit it took. It tries a quick counter, launching its murky flow of corruption technique. Except its power gets completely obliterated, exploding into 1,000 pieces against the chainsaw's defense. Pushing forward, the beast realizes the opponent's overwhelming strength and gets desperate seeing its defeat. Our MC stares down the enemy with a ruthless, super mocking look. He charges ahead, tanking the strike, getting close enough to finally land a hit. The monster gets sent flying from the brutal ground impact. Terrified, it stands up realizing it needs to bail out immediately no matter what, but the vitality attack blows up right under it, launching the beast upside down into the air. Crashing hard on the floor, it screams in pain from the impact. Weapon in hand, our boy smacks the opponent and knocks him far away. Meanwhile, the ally grips the golden star tight in her hands. She questions what God Wuhua is trying to tell them with that object. Laughing weakly, the beast whispers insults about God Wuhua, while our MC watches from a distance. Furious, the creature yells at the deity, claiming the creator of everything is just a selfish jerk. It complains about being made just as a mindless puppet, forced to follow divine wishes in the cave. Sick of it all, it screams that it's tired of this endless cycle of killing and dying, just wanting to live its life. Suddenly, this creepy purple mist starts pouring out of it. The blue-haired girl watches the scene completely shook, having no clue what's going down. Our MC just watches everything in dead silence with a serious glare. Out of nowhere, a massive purple and blue energy spiral forms in the air. The monster yells with pure determination that it wants control of its own destiny from now on. Taking on a giant monstrous form, it proclaims it'll never accept this fate while triggering the final corruption flow. That massive beast of pure darkness keeps screaming with hate as our MC stares it down from afar, weapon drawn. Thoughtful and a bit tense, our boy wonders if the enemy can really spill such heavy divine secrets out loud like that. With its mouth wide open and eyes glowing with rage, the monster lets out a deafening roar that shakes everything around. And that's where it gets crazy. A gigantic blue beam of pure energy tears through the sky, crashing down violently right on the monster. The massive pillar of light hits the battlefield, kicking up tons of dust while our boy watches the strike in shock. Fading away, the beam reveals a glowing, crystal-clear green staff just floating calmly in the middle of all that smoke. Our boy just stands there in total silence, staring at this weird artifact that just popped up out of nowhere. Looking up curious, he spots a giant dark whirlpool spinning and dropping from the clouds right toward him. All around, the fallen allies start getting up confused, asking what happened and if the corruption demon king actually bit the dust. The kitty checks out the massive crater that opened up right where the monster used to be. It points out that the enemy really asked for that punishment. Gripping the glowing green staff tight, our MC inspects the item while the smoke clears in the back. A blue-skinned divine entity shows up looking boss with the phrase "Divine Punishment" stamped right on the screen. Down on the floor, the blue-haired ally looks around, having zero clue what's going on in this mess. She's completely mind-blown, wondering how God could create the Demon King if he's the one who gave them powers to fight. Our MC reaches out, handing the glowing green staff to her as she looks at it closely. Explaining that her level is above bronze rank, he says that's why old artifacts couldn't handle her skills, telling her to use this one to heal the crew. Desperate, the girl waves her hands and refuses, saying she can't do it since her techniques only bring bad results. In the background, our boy points to the pink-haired ally knocked out on the ground, letting her know he already passed out from the pain. Scratching his head worried, our MC grumbles that the anesthesia skill failed and he's also feeling unbearable pain. He walks up to the girl, gently puts a hand on her shoulder, and asks her to save him now, since he saved her earlier. Hearing the hero's request, she gets thoughtful with those big blue eyes. While the smoke swirls around, our MC tells her to forget this whole God-given attributes thing and stop ignoring her own worth. Dead serious, he explains that saving people or dropping demons is just natural for her, no divine approval needed. Moved by his words, she grips the green staff while our MC tells her to focus on herself and heal everyone at once. She stands up in the dust and gets ready to raise the staff to channel her true power. The blue-haired girl triggers her special Great Rebirth technique, dropping an insane energy wave all over the place. Feeling the healing magic kick in, the injured allies say the pain is gone and they're fully recovered. That pink-haired guy looks at his own hand wrapped in glowing electric currents, shocked by how fast it regenerated. Seeing it all worked out, our MC celebrates and quickly reaches downstairs with sparkling eyes, wondering if his private parts finally came back. Our MC pulls a totally disappointed face, realizing his search led to absolutely nothing. Under a beautiful sunset, the area's vegetation regenerates too. He spots the little demon king from afar, congratulating him on the W, while asking the cat mascot where she'd been hiding. Our boy brushes off the excuse and checks out the electricity crackling in his fingers. Floating nearby, the mascot claims he walked way too fast and she ended up getting lost on the way. The winged kitty knows thoughtfully that maybe it's because he got electrocuted, but swears she wasn't the one who gave him that power. Striking a pose, our boy brags about getting good at fighting out of nowhere, but the mascot claps back saying it's because he lost his junk. Offended, he asks what one thing has to do with the other, so the cat mascot uses Goku as an example, explaining that losing his member was like taking off training weights to unlock his full potential. The little demon king opens his arms all happy, saying the separation was a win-win situation for both of them, but our MC screams in anger into the horizon. He says he'd 1,000 times rather have his little buddy back to finally feel complete. A giant beast walks behind the trees while our MC and the little demon king chat in the distance. Being the corruption demon king from the mountain's 4th floor, he claims the cave is his now, but someone quickly asks based on what. Upon reaching the cave, he gets on one knee. The big guy submits, saying he wants to grow stronger alongside him. However, the little demon king just wants to know where the nearest village is to score servant. Annoyed and looking mean, the dark monster complains about him running away from the mountain brawl and says he deserves to drop dead for that cowardice. Walking alone through the forest, he complains about ending up in a super isolated cave, but remembers that in this world the strong eat the weak, so he needs to level up. The little demon king pops up looking thoughtful in the bushes while the monster figures he needs to devour others so he doesn't get devoured himself. Determined to get stronger, the ice giant towers over the horned kid, who stares right back, showing zero fear. Charging in full speed, the big guy yells he wants the wish that grants everything, while the kid just points a finger at him. With a single touch of his finger, the kid destroys the giant monster, which shatters completely on the ground as the little guy tells our MC to look. Our MC washes the glowing ice chunks on the ground while the little demon king asks why he should grant a wish to someone trying to kill him. Surprised and a bit tense, our boy says this new world is cracked and promises they'll find a way to fix everything without having to kill him. Lowering his head, the little horned kid rejects the idea, seriously stating that the fear of dying isn't the issue. With a focused look, he determinedly reveals he just wants to truly live for once. He points up, challenging our MC to go take him out at the top of the Demon King mountain if he really needs him. The little Demon King shouts our MC's name, Kwang Mizo, who stares back dead serious in the sunlight. Wrapped in a pink glow and heavy smoke, the horned kid's clone completely dissolves as the cat mascot figures his real body return to the mountaintop. Our boy just stares at the late afternoon horizon, letting out a soft sigh, missing his little buddy downstairs. Under the moonlight, the pink-haired ally pops back up, celebrating, letting them know the tree men are throwing a wine banquet to welcome them. Walking calmly with the blue ice shard, our MC says he handled the issue with the other Demon King out there. The cat mascot hypes him up, calling the master super badass for fixing it all solo as the allies rush over to thank the hero. Celebrating happily, the Treeman crew pulls our boy in, dancing around under the starry night sky. The whole squad forms a massive dance circle around a huge glowing bonfire, celebrating the W with a lot of partying and singing. They all start chugging the wine straight up, having a blast while soaking in that chill moment. Insisting heavily, the pink-haired partner wants our MC to visit his city where his dad is a commander, promising he can conquer any cave he wants there. One of the tree men hugs the hero and thanks, sharing that their tribe decided to move to the big city to test their attributes and learn new skills. The pink-haired partner explains that 2 major empires surround the mountain, and everyone wants to drop the top Demon King to get that big wish granted. While listening to the breakdown, the blue-haired ally looks thoughtful holding her drink, saying she's still pondering God's actions. Sipping her drink, the winged mascot notes that the demon's last words and that beam were pretty weird, and our MC figures God himself might have created the demons. The girl in blue says she's getting more confused thinking about it, while our MC watching the fire repeats that God didn't actually save her. Our MC keeps explaining to the blue-haired ally that she doesn't represent God, and today's great rebirth worked because of her own hard work. Staring thoughtfully at the ground, she reflects that she can't preach to anyone else if she can't even convince herself of her own beliefs first. Completely wasted and flushed, our boy starts ranting with hatred towards God for separating his precious member downstairs and ruining their bond. Out of his mind from the booze, he starts angrily punching the poor cat mascot over and over. Deciding her next move, the blue-haired ally plans to head back to her kingdom and tell the Pope everything that went down today. Tired of the random abuse, the yellow mascot dropkicks our boy right in the face with both paws, telling him to get lost. The next day, with the sun shining, our MC wakes up stretching his arms in the middle of the field, totally hungover. Appearing from afar, the pink-haired partner invites our boy to tag along to his kingdom near the Demon King's mountain. Our MC bluntly rejects the invite on the spot, telling him to just go alone and stop stalling. Laying on the grass with the cat mascot, he listens to her explain that everyone already went back to their villages and kingdoms, and she asks what his move is now. Super bummed out, our boy says he doesn't know, complaining that not even his lost buddy wants to come back to him. The wind blows, shaking the tree leaves against the blue sky of that beautiful morning. Intrigued, the winged kitty flies closer and asks about a small cat-themed card our MC is holding in his hand. Up close, the golden card shows a message in English saying to contact Wu Ji if he needs any intel. On the 10th floor of the mountain, the clone opens its red eyes, waking up for real. Its true body re-emerges looking boss, questioning why the clone returned so early. Checking out its hands, the demon realizes its main body leveled up significantly out of nowhere. The other demon explains that the clone didn't grow because of its skill, but the original one evolved in just half a year. Asking around, the bighorn guy wants to know where the others who should be around went. He hears that one is in the cave and the other went out to look for him. Faced with the setup, he just watches in silence, looking deep in thought. Thanking his partner, he firmly states that he finally cut ties with the past. The pretty-haired Demon King shows up starving, wanting to devour some nice locks. Wasting zero time, our MC pulls up with an electric hair clipper to leave the monster bald and weak. Right after that, the Shadow Demon King appears, threatening to trap everyone in darkness. Our boy just whips out a flashlight and beams it in the beast's face, making it freak out from the glare. Then, the bloodthirsty flying insect Demon King pops up soaring high, showing no mercy. Our MC pulls out an electric bug zapper and fries the flying monster on the spot. The yellow mascot watches thoughtfully while our boy celebrates that he can now generate electricity normally after dying by electrocution. Desperately searching the ground for some medicine, our MC only finds regular flowers and grass. The half-fox ally mentions that intel isn't always accurate, and the medicine to restore his body is super rare. Holding his illustrated guide, he asks if our boy wants to take a look to try and find what he needs. Panicked, our MC gets real close to him, claiming it's not for him, but for this friend of his. The fox guy says there are 3 options: a healing skill, a rare med from demon caves, or the blood of a special race. Shaking nervously, our boy asks which cave has this medicine since the first option didn't work for his friend. Spreading his arms with full confidence, the ally guarantees he has whatever intel he might need. Gripping the flying cat, our MC brags about his potential, saying he's even being followed by someone from the fairy race. In reality, the fairy race is just another disguise for that stupid god who stole our MC's dignity just for kicks. This same god keeps handing out attributes for humans and demons to slaughter each other in the world arena just for pure entertainment. And the worst part is, our MC's missing member has now become the strongest demon king of all. Multiple hands reach out in the dark, wanting to defeat the monster to get any wish granted by God. While the whole world tries to hunt his precious member down, the lost creature itself refuses to go back to our MC for good. Buck naked and desperate, our boy refuses to give up and swears he's going to find another way. The flying kitty asks if he's zoning out again, while the fox ally says it was no big deal. Raising a finger with a smile, the fox ally says that since they sealed a deal, he's gonna make sure he leaves super satisfied. He explains he found out about another Demon King cave from a vendor who gave out free gossip when buying bread. Our MC doubts if that's reliable, but the fox says they'll only know the truth by going there to check it out. Thinking about it, the fox realizes the hero has his limbs intact, but wants a restoration med while acting super embarrassed. He watches from the corner of his his eye and figures the kid's problem is actually super personal. Putting the pieces together, he guesses the friend just wants to restore a missing tail in the middle of all this. The fox ally discreetly cries, laughing, muttering that he finally understands his pain. Soon they arrive in front of a massive glowing green portal that looks like the perfect dungeon entrance. Our MC asks if the fox isn't tagging along, but he refuses, saying he's not really into combat. Warning him, the man says the other allies will go with him since they all share the same goal. He introduces the first ally named Taopayosheng, who claims to have 0 goals and just wants to eat sunflower seeds. Next up is Kai, a dark-skinned, blue-haired elf who shyly mumbles about what she really wants. Then he points out the 2 Oni brothers, Hot Hound and Hot Dog, who are fully locked in on grabbing the secret med. Wrapping up, he introduces Luminai dressed in flowers, who's interested in scoring a new attribute. He explains that to raid a Demon King's cave, it's best to have 2 specialized classes in the combat party. The first one is the healer, in charge of patching up wounds to keep the squad standing during the brawl, crucial for survival. The second class is the door seeker, securing an escape route just in case the party needs to fall back. The pink-haired ninja proudly introduces himself as Tao Paosheng, the expert who finds exits in a flash. He finishes his flashy pose while the blonde-haired demon walks by in the background, complaining about the wait. The red brute demands to see if the rookie has any useful skills right now. Our boy gets intimidated by the blonde brute, while the fox ally formally introduces him as Kwang Mizo. Furious, the blonde monster yells, demanding our boy's attention, who tells him to chill out and not get heated. The other giant ally explains that anyone followed by fairies might be on the same level as their master. He mentions that fairies have a crazy good eye for picking who they're gonna tag along with. Flying happily, little Shenjin lands near the elf Kai, who introduces herself all shy. Because the fairy isn't following our boy, the blonde giant gets even more ticked off at the situation. Heating up with rage, the monster charges in, wanting to test our MC's strength by force. The fox ally explains to our boy that these demons' bodies boil with heat when they get fired up. Unleashing a flaming punch, the brute aims right for our MC's face to see if he can take the hit. Our boy manages to catch the blonde demon's hand with a cloth, and they make peace, agreeing to work together for the secret med. With the deal sealed, the squad finally moves forward, entering the massive, mysterious cave. Walking in surprised, our MC notices that the dungeon ceiling looks exactly like a huge open sky. Right at the head, the boss-looking purple-armored Demon King appears, laughing as he finally gets some visitors. The Horn Demon tells the crew to provide backup, since these bosses outside the mountain are gold rank at best. Wasting 0 time, the pink-haired ninja dashes forward, announcing he's gonna go look for the exit right away. Our boy watches from a distance, looking goofy and pointing out that his running style totally looks like Naruto's. Raising a hand, the purple monster gives a formal welcome to the heroes who just invaded his turf. Right after, the terrifying Horn Demon starts busting out an obnoxious non-stop laugh. The crew just watches that weird scene in dead silence, having no clue what this clowning is about. Out of patience for the nonsense, our MC freaks out and yells at the beast to just say his lines already. The boss explains that inside his cave, anyone who laughs will have their body turned into pure, fragile crystal. Showing off his crystallized arm, he warns that in this form, even a light tap will shatter someone completely. Striking a pose, the monster yells that the attack is called the Try Not to Laugh Challenge, leaving our MC super annoyed. He starts walking through the cave. Ignoring the weirdness, our MC focuses on eating mushrooms off the ground, since finding the secret med is his top priority. Suddenly, the big demon yells for the squad to match his pace and instantly triggers his special summon. He summons a giant sunflower-shaped carnivorous plant right in front of the terrified Demon King. Proudly, he explains the hunter's sunflower will automatically target and attack the strongest demon on the field. With a violent burst, the plant stretches at top speed, crossing the entire combat zone. Except instead of targeting the boss, the creature bites our MC's head, making him scream in panic from the ambush. The blonde brute praises his brother, thinking the plant hit him on purpose, and says he gets the message. He announces that there are no combat rules in this cave, charging forward with a smile, ready to crush the opponent. Watching from the side, Lilania asks the elf Kai who should launch the squad's next attack. Kai just calmly replies she isn't planning to fight, leaving the winged mascot confused about whether she needs to fight too. Focusing hard, Lilani raises her fingers to unleash her powerful support magic. A massive pink magic circle reading Love Slave pops up, glowing and dominating everything. Right as the purple furry monster in a hat named Takuku shows up laughing and holding a gift box. Drawing his chains, a skull-masked warrior named Boba Fu asks Lily about the current state of the battle.